Hey y'all, and welcome back to Carbon Scoring, the best place for comics, history, and action figures, and home of the mystery box. And we've been doing mystery boxes here at Carbon Scoring since the very beginning. Honestly, this channel has really been built on them, but this one is going to be a little bit different. Now, if you've been a longtime fan of the channel, you probably remember some of the earliest mystery box videos that we had, where I would pull a box out from storage or from my collection, something that I literally had not looked through in years, open it up, go through and talk about the figures really randomly, just kind of having fun going back through my collection. That would morph over time. We would sometimes look at a box of a specific character and go through its history, or sometimes I would even put a box together so that I could kind of teach about, like, say, the Defenders or the New Avengers or something. We would do it in different ways. But this one is completely different because this box consists of a lot of McDonald's Marvel Happy Meal toys that I just got. You can see these are all still in the package. They haven't been opened. And so we're going to go through, open up these Happy Meal toys and see exactly what we've got. And I think it's going to be incredibly fun because there's just a ton of different ones. So I see Ronald sneaking over here. I kind of want to grab this one first. So this is Marvel Superheroes. It says Wolverine vehicle. So to make life a little bit easier, that one actually has a tear, or it's supposed to. I did grab some scissors so that we can get these things open and take a look. So our first one is a sweet Blackbird jet with Wolverine. So it's got, okay, most of these are going to have a play feature, right? So you can see Wolvie here. He's sitting up in the plane. This one doesn't have any wheels, so I guess it's meant to sort of fly around. But the tail wings pop out, and yeah, they're not really missiles, they're claws. So the Blackbird comes with Wolverine's patented 6 claws that come out just like that. Oh, that's so awesome. This one may have actually premiered before the X-Men cartoon that we recently got updated with X-Men 97. Either way, what a fantastic start. So good. Look at that. If you're a kid, like, this is a great toy to fly around. I mean, it has a really comic accurate looking Wolverine. It's got a fun, simple play feature and a really nice sculpt. That's terrific. Absolutely terrific. All right, here's another one from what appears to be that same set. This says Storm. Wolvie was number 3. This was number 2. Okay. Yeah, so you've got like kind of a Jim Lee era Storm with the larger hair and her white costume. She's on a roller there. Let's see. Is this one where, oh, okay. When you roll her around, she's going to spin. So, here's the storm cloud swirling around, and she does almost like a Wonder Woman spin when you spin her around. Pretty cool. Nice sculpting. Actually, decent paint apps, with the X symbols on there. Really does look like Storm. Very fun. All right. We're just randomly grabbing these. Next up, so I know this line. This is from the original Spider-Man animated series line. So this is the Mary Jane. I've had one of these before, but I know I didn't get it when it came out, so I've never opened one new. Okay, so we've got an MJ figure. She is a little bit smaller than 3 3/4 inches. She's got her coat on, and I think that's the gimmick. Yeah, look, it's like a doll. Oh my gosh. So she has all of these different accessories. All right, let's grab our scissors again. Let's open these up and see what MJ looks like with her different ensembles. So sometimes Happy Meal toys are specifically geared, like some for boys and some for girls, but this was just part of the regular look. So you can snap. It's almost like a paper doll, right? You sort of snap something on. So here she is with this green layer, puts a bag in her hand and another bag kind of wrapped around, so you can pull that off. She comes with a more fancy red dress. Again, it just sort of These are tight. I mean, these are 20 years old, right? 30 years old. Snaps right on there. Or you can have her in kind of her classic cartoon look with the yellow top and her blue jeans. Nice. I actually didn't know that she actually came with all that stuff. Very cool. Same line, the original Spider-Man line here. Doc Ock. This one's gonna be good. Yeah, and he's in a little plastic case to keep him from being destroyed. Oh, look at this. So one, two, three, four. Four parts of articulation on that. A little bit smaller than your typical action figure, but look, articulated tentacles. So you can get this guy into some really good looking poses. He looks exactly like the animated series Doc Ock. That is so great. Now, he's a little bit smaller than the 5-inch figures that would have been coming out around this same time. But if you're a kid and this is in your Happy Meal, this is a legitimate action figure. I mean, there's no other way to look at this. This is a totally legit action figure in your Happy Meal. Oh, that's so great. This one's definitely gonna be one of the best ones. I can't imagine that there's better ones. Although we do have toys from my favorite Spider-Man cartoon of all time, Spectacular. Oh, cool. Actually, see, I'm just grabbing them. I did not realize who this was, but when we open it up, we're gonna see yet another version of Doc Ock. Really cool that these just happen to be back to back. Okay, so he actually comes with some instructions. Looks like, oh, has he got suckers? He's got suction cups. He does. Oh, that's so great. Okay, let's whip these out. Get his Octavius arms out of here. Yeah, so here's 2 arms and here's the other 2 arms. Wow, they really packaged this one really, really well. I don't know, were these from like 2006? All right, now sometimes they're going to have to go in a specific spot. As you can see, I did not read the instructions that closely. Let's see if we'll just get them to go in. Ooh, I think that snapped. Yeah, I think. Did it snap? Is it supposed to go here? Ooh, I don't know if y'all can hear that. These things are pretty old, and so, I did not like that sound. Let's see if we can carefully get these to. Gah, that's terrible sounding. What is going on in there? I don't really want to break them. Good grief. Anyway, you get Doc Ock. He comes with 4 arms. Was there something that I was supposed to do differently? No, it looks like you just stick them in there. Maybe it's just because they're so old that the plastic has kind of worn out on them. Okay, now that snapped in fine. Okay, so that one snapped in fine. All right, let's try again. We're going to give this another shot and just okay, maybe I just have to push a little harder. Seems like pushing a little harder is the worst idea that I could possibly have, but nah. Anyway, Doc Ock, Spectacular Spider-Man. Hopefully we find some more spectacular. Let's okay. I have this one too. This is absolutely one of my favorite Spider-Man toys. So now we get to open a brand new one. It's the Spider Sense Peter Parker. Oh, look at that. So this is such a classic Ditko look with the half Peter Parker head, half Spider-Man head. And the story was, back in the day, Steve Ditko was plotting and drawing all the issues of Spider-Man. And so Stan Lee would just come around and he would write the words. But the fans wanted to see more Spider-Man, and Ditko was really invested in the story of Peter Parker. So he was drawing more scenes of Peter Parker and his friends and things like that. And Stan was like, no, we've got to have more Spider-Man. Like, the Peter Parker stuff is good, but the kids are buying the book for Spider-Man. And so Ditko said, fine, then I'll just draw him with a half Peter, half Spider-Man head, and that's going to be what you get. So cool. Okay, I think if you do his arms down, he's supposed to do it automatically, but you can see that he whips around from a Peter look with his camera for the Daily Bugle and his blue jeans and his jacket, or you can switch it, boom, and there's your half Peter, half Spidey. Such an awesome toy. That is so cool. Can you imagine being a kid? Not a 30-year-old collector, but a kid and being able to go back and forth with these. So great. All right, here's another one from same series. So here is Hobgoblin. If you remember Spider-Man the Animated Series, Hobgoblin actually appeared before Green Goblin. So you've got a really classic, good-looking Hobgoblin. See, it looks like his glider. The front of this vehicle, this car that he's in, sort of mimics the look of his glider. And I bet, yeah, when you roll the wheels, the wings go up and down. So it's like mimicking his glider with Hobgoblin on top of it. That's super choice. Scorpion Sting Striker. Wouldn't you love to come up with the names for these as well? Scorpion. Yep. And so there's that classic animated look with the green on light green. And I guarantee you this thing's going to do something cool. Yeah, I bet when you move these back wheels, yeah. Check it out. So move the back wheels and that scorpion sting is going to go up and down. Again, if you're just rolling this thing around your living room or around your coffee table, so great. Plus the color scheme is so good. It really does from the top look like a scorpion. So it kind of incorporates all that. You got the driver in there. And then just a really simple, fun play feature. Awesome. Love it. Who's this? Oh, the Thing. So this one I think is a little bit older. This one came out before. Thing is one of my favorite characters. I cannot wait to see the next Fantastic Four movie. Should be so good. Oh, all right. So I've never seen this before. This is the first time that I've ever seen this toy. So it's like a tank. It's got the Fantastic Four logo on the side. It's got some kind of exhausts. It almost is like a containment unit, right? And then it has a wrapper around it. So let's take that off. And it rolls, but I think it's really just Thing is busting out of it. Oh, really good sculpt on that half Thing body. Look, they actually did sculpt in all of his different rock detail from every angle. Look how cool those back muscles are. He's got an awesome 80s look that they really are replicating in the movie with kind of the rock eyebrow, the rock monobrow going all the way across the top. Oh, that's great. But does it I can't tell if there's a mechanism. You push. Oh, yes, there is. There it is. Okay. There's always a gimmick, right? There's always a gimmick. So you have it closed, and if you push down on these back tailpipes, boom, it's clobbering time. He busts right out. Ha ha ha. One more time. It's clobbering time. Yeah. Nice. So great. All right. Back to Spectacular Spider-Man. And again, this one's going to be pretty fantastic. So, Sandman. Sandman, exactly like what he looked like in the cartoon. Of course, he comes with some instructions on how to use his giant ball hand accessory that is also in its own poly bag. Let me put him down and we'll open this bag up. Okay, here we go. So, Sandman clicks into place. Again, super great sculpt. He is articulated at the neck. Got to be careful with that a little bit. His lower body does have that sand texture, so they like sculpted that in. And he's got his big fist here. But if you put him this way, there's a button right here on the back. Let me guess. I know what's going to happen. Yeah, he can launch that giant sand fist ball right at you. He's so good. These things, they look good, and they would look good in a display. You get the Doc Ock. I know we've got some Spideys coming from this line. It does kind of spin around. Nice. Okay? These are cool. So, these I think are the oldest toys that are in this bag, and these actually come from Hardee's. So if you're from the American South, like me, you have fond memories of growing up as a kid going to Hardee's. So Hardee's was another burger chain, just like McDonald's, just like Burger King, but a little bit different. They actually served like roast beef sandwiches. You could get like a really good roast beef at Hardee's. But the big thing was sometime in the early 80s, they started serving breakfast. And this was before anybody else was doing breakfast. And they made the best biscuits you were ever going to get. I mean, like every Saturday morning, there was a Hardee's over near my grandmother's house, and we would go get a Hardy biscuit. My dad would say, "You want a Hardy biscuit?" And so we'd go get a Hardy biscuit every Saturday morning. And then now Hardee's is like owned by Carl Jr.'s, and they're just nowhere near as good. But in 1990, I believe, they made these Marvel vehicle figures. I don't think they have any real, well, does it rev up? No, I don't think they have any real play features. But look, you've got the Hulk Dozer with that great Hulk logo, super flexed out Hulk on a tractor. What kid doesn't want to play with a bulldozer? You got She-Hulk in what appears to be a pink Cadillac, like a pink Cadillac convertible, and it has the logo from the John Byrne era on the title. And if these did come out around 1990, that's kind of right after Byrne finished his epic run on She-Hulk, where She-Hulk was breaking the fourth wall and talking to the camera and talking to the audience, and knew that she was in a comic book long before Deadpool did. Like, I know that other people have done it as well, but in comics, She-Hulk was doing that way before Deadpool. And there's plenty of haters out there on the Marvel, the MCU She-Hulk show. I thought it was great. I thought it absolutely captured the spirit of those early comics. Captain America on a jet ski. So, okay, I'm all in on this. I think this is great. What says 4th of July like Captain America riding a jet ski with a giant shield logo on the front? Heck yeah, baby. If you get a Hardy biscuit and Captain America on a jet ski, you have just reached peak America. That is fabulous. And of course, you cannot have one without the man himself, Spider-Man. Pretty good looking classic Spider-Man actually has the back logo. Really well done, actually, on there. He's in some kind of like 8-wheeled. Duh, of course it has 8 wheels because he's Spider-Man. So it's almost like a Formula One car, but with 8 wheels. Pretty Ditko looking spider on the logo, too. I kind of like that. Nice little touch there. 8-wheeled car. Awesome. Love it. Anybody out there who remembers a Hardy biscuit, leave me a note in the comments. Oh, look. I was cleaning stuff out of my house, and here's a Mafex with the custom Ryan Otley head that I think I forgot to get out of this box. So this did not come in a Happy Meal, but could you imagine if you opened up a Happy Meal and you got a $100 Mafex figure with an additional like $15 custom Ryan Otley head? That'd be pretty cool. I would definitely take that. Okay. More spectacular Spider-Man. Where are my scissors? Here they are. I've got like off camera, there's like a huge mess going over here of all these different packages and stuff. All right. So this is obviously the spectacular Spider-Man from the greatest Spider-Man cartoon of all time. And what you can see is very, very accurate to the show. Spectacular Spider-Man had a very distinctive head shape. You see kind of almost that like triangular head shape, and those eyes look perfect for it. Now, the rest of his costume was pretty standard. Oh, nice. Great. And look at what they did. They incorporated the play feature into the logo on the back. Oh, that is brilliant. So obviously, joink. You sit there, you get him loaded up with his web blaster, and that thing's got a pretty decent tip on it. So, if you pull out old Sandman here, he's gonna get rocked by that thing. Oh, it's good. That's really good. That's another just fun toy. And I didn't want to move it at first because I thought that might set off the device before I found the button on the back. But he's got a nice swivel at the waist, so you can get him into some different poses. Very cool. Next, the Venom transport. Cut right across Ronald's head. Open this guy up. What have we got? Woo! The Man in Black. It's like Dale Earnhardt right here. Oh, with chompers. Okay, so first off, great looking Venom figure, nice logo on there, big smiling face, animated looking eyes, and then you're gonna have, where is it? Which one's gonna make it move? The back wheels? Yeah, the back wheels are gonna make this mouth go up and down. So you get chomped by Venom. I can hear the voice from the Venom movies like, Eddie, I'm hungry. Oh, so good. Sometimes the little arms would move too, but on this one, I think it's just the mouth coming right at you. Awesome. Okay, from the Marvel Superheroes line, Human Torch, and this one also protected. Oh, another like legitimate looking action figure. So 1, 2, 3, 3. 3 points of articulation on this one. You've got shoulders and a waist cut, but you have one of the greatest features ever, translucent plastic. And does he light up? I'm going to be so impressed if he lights up. Is it something maybe where you move his arms and he lights up? I mean, he definitely has that cool translucent look. I don't see a battery anywhere, but it seems that may just be the screw that I can see. Very classic looking Human Torch. You put these together and you're starting to develop a pretty decent collection of figures, of Marvel action figures. All right, let's pull another. Oh, this is a great one from the Spectacular Spider-Man line. This line, I did get all the Spidey figures, at least. So swing your way to happymeal.com. Dude, I wonder if that still works. Somebody in the comments punch that thing in and see if a superhero action awaits in a new virtual world for that. So cool. So, of course, Spidey did have the symbiote costume for a brief period of time. Get articulation here. Great look. You know, the spider logos were different on the front and the back. So that is cartoon accurate. But of course, this one has got a web crawling action. So, boom, pops right up. So you pull him down, comes right up. So it's got that spring in there. Nice. And of course, it's got a cool like hook so that you can put that, you know, anywhere around your house and have Spidey swinging up on his web. Nice toy. Oh, I did a really crappy job of clearing out this box. This is another Mafex Spider-Man. Again, not a Happy Meal. Wouldn't that be nice? Put him over here. Okay. Spider-Man vehicle. Oh, this is so good. This one is so good. You know, the reason why this one is so good is because it's comic accurate. Yes. In like 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man from the late 1970s, early 1980s, Spidey did have the Spidey Mobile. And this is what it looked like. It really did have kind of this exact look to it. I think with this one, you pull his head back. Yeah, and the web trap comes down. But you've got a great Spidey in there. You've got the perfect look for his Spidey Mobile. Spidey Mobile made an appearance in Across the Spider-Verse. If you go back, you can see it in there. And because of that, I actually included it in my Spider-Verse display. So this one is not just a throwaway made-up vehicle. This is actually continuity. So great, Spider-Mobile. Awesome. I see another spider car right here. This one probably from the earlier toy line. So let's see how this one stacks up. It's not going to be as good as the Spider-Mobile because it's not canon. But, oh, I wonder if that's the same sculpt. It may be. Look at those spider logos on the chest. They look the same. I think that's probably the same sculpt. Look at McDonald's. Look at McDonald's pulling the old action figure trick. But hey, with this one, you get those legs moving with the spider thing going around. Ugh, I don't know what this is supposed to represent back here, but yeah, total spider mobile with a nose, with like a clown nose. Awesome. Okay. Oh yeah, more black, more black suit Spider-Man from Spectacular. This one is kind of your wall crawling Spidey, but so he's more in this pose. I don't think you're going to get now, other than just a little bit of bend at the head. You don't get any articulation with this one, but I think this one does if you back it up. I thought this one would rev up. Maybe does it go this way? There it is. So yeah, actually, I can't tell my front from back. So if you rev him up and let him go, he'll race along the floor. It's awesome. It's just, I'm going to say it again. It's just awesome. Oh, okay. Now I know I've never seen this one. I've never had this one. Hulk. So good. Again, 1, 2, 3, and then a little bit of 4, right? Oh, okay. So he's got some kind of like Hulk smash, some type of like crunch down mechanism. It's pretty good Hulk. It has sort of that Dale Canown look from the 90s with sort of the bowl cut Hulk, really, really wide. Probably could go with a little bit more tatter, just a little bit of tatter along the bottom of his pants there. But again, a super good Hulk. And like, seriously, again, like if you're starting to put these together, I mean, you're developing an actual universe of figures. I mean, I'm just reaching down and grabbing these, but look at how good they all look together. You're starting to put together a legitimate Marvel universe. Okay, one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites from my favorite cartoon. So, if you're a kid, you gotta love kind of the standard. God, he is packed up tight as well. How do we get this off? Okay. All right. Suction cup Spider-Man. But the big thing here is look at how accurate he looks. Look at how his frame looks exactly like the frame of Spectacular Spider-Man. And he's got the big suction cups. Yep, head moves. Nice, always good. And so you can have him up on your windows, on your refrigerator, but he just looks great. And he's going to go along with all those other figures. Got to have a bad guy. So here comes Green Goblin. Green Goblin. Yep, on his Goblin Glider. So this time you get, again, that's what the Goblin Glider looked like on the show. Now he's in a weird sort of crouched pose here. It's kind of like how I sit when I'm filming these videos, with one knee up. Pumpkin Bomb. Does it throw? Okay. No, that's just regular articulated. That arm is also just kind of regular articulated. Pretty good. Maybe not my favorite out of all of these. I think that's just a wheel. I don't think that does anything. Not bad. Not too bad. But then they get good again. It gets good immediately again. All right. You got the Venom. So, hulking, massive Venom. Look at the discrepancy between his upper body and his lower body. I mean, look at those arms. His arms are 4 times the size of his legs. And it was drawn that way. Like, that was how the animation looked. It was just this massive, massive figure. So I think he has like a water squirting action. I want to say that's what this button back here is. You kind of dunk him in water, fill him up, and then he'll like sort of spit out from that tongue area. But for me, it's all about that unique sculpt that this thing brings. Oh, that is so good. Might have to use this one in the thumbnail. I don't know. That one is really pretty super awesome. All right, we got a few more. Oh, okay. See, I get excited. I get excited every single time. Like every time I look at one of these, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's the most awesome thing I've ever seen. And this one probably is because it's Susie. It's the Invisible Woman. And I read about this. It changes color when you put it in the refrigerator. So it's actually kind of that weird Sue Storm. Is it the weird Sue Storm where she had like the cut in her uniform and she's like all boobalicious? It might be. Plus, like her hair, like she's not just like one color. She's like blue, white, and green with like a detailed sculpted face. So we're gonna have to get her and Human Torch together. So they look actually really good together. I'll have to see if I can throw her in the freezer and see what the color change action does. Super cool. Oh, this was in its own line. Um, this one didn't come as like part of another package. So this is a different Marvel superheroes line. Obviously, it's Spider-Man, so I had to get it. Let's see if I can get this thing out of here. It's like the waiting is the hardest part. It's like Tom Petty said. Yeah, okay. I don't know that I've ever owned this one. I think I thought it was so similar to the Spectacular one that I never picked it up. But this is different. So again, wall crawling, suction cups, but the suction cups, instead of being just straight suction cups, actually look like webs. Like he's got his hand on webs. Great back logo. Back logo is so important for Spider-Man. Um, really good front logo too. That's a pretty McFarlane-esque looking front logo and pretty 90s McFarlane looking eyes on this thing. Oh, that is cool. That would look so good on the fridge. Look at that. Or on your windowsill. Really nice. Really, really good sculpting and posing on that one. Cool. All right, here's we usually try to save the best for last. Sometimes we save some of the worst for last, and that's not fair. That's actually kind of mean to poor Jubilee. Watch her have like the coolest action feature out of any of them. So I guess the X-Men cartoon was either out or was about to come out because you get Jubilation Lee with her little motor scooter here on her, kind of red Vespa. But her power is she can fling, colorful power blasts. And if I can get it to do in the camera, I can kind of see it. Well, not really. So this little disc is like changing color a little bit when it gets in the light a different way. So it kind of looks like her magical blast. She's got her little cap on. It's pretty cool. All right, two more left, and they're both spectacular. So this is honestly one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man figures. I got this one. I went to McDonald's and got this one when it came out back in 1995, the spring of 1995, and it still stands up as one of the absolute best Spider-Man action figures of all time. It's supposed to look like the animated series from 95, but I swear with those eyes, the way those eyes look, this looks like a Ditko Spider-Man. I have always felt like this was one of the most accurate looks of a Ditko Spider-Man, and look at how perfect this thing is right out of the package. There is not a single mark or scuff anywhere on it. It just looks gorgeous. Those colors, that red and that blue, and it's still got all of the shine to it. Oh, I mean, this is like literally you watched me open the package. This is straight out of 1995, 30 years ago. Oh, those joints are so stiff. Man, oh man. Oh, gorgeous. Just absolutely love it. Super gorgeous. I can't talk enough about how much I love this action figure. The fact that it's a Happy Meal toy does not bother me in the least in telling you it is one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man figures. He's going to go, we'll put him over here in front of me. And then I had a surprise. So I got some of this stuff off of eBay, and this was listed as a 1979 Happy Meal toy. And the reason why is it says 1979 on there and it says MCG. I think somebody maybe thought that stood for McDonald's, but it's Marvel Comics Group. And I had to do some homework on this thing, but it came in like a construction set, like an erector set from 1979 with figures of like the Hulk and I think Batman and Robin. So it had DC and Marvel figures, and it just bends at the waist. It's like front and back, and it is just the damn coolest thing I've ever seen. This is now one of my favorite items in my collection. I thought I knew everything about Spider-Man action figures, and I had no idea that this existed until I picked it up trying to find Happy Meal toys. And it's just like you can see it like slots into whatever kind of like, building toy this thing came with. But the fact that it's like one side and the back side and is just so doofy cool. I love it. I showed this to my 17-year-old who doesn't watch these videos nor is very supportive of my activities on YouTube. And he was like, "This is the most awesome thing I've ever seen." Like he just thought I just caught him just sitting there like playing with it because it is just absolutely fantastic. So I hope you guys learned something while watching this. I certainly did. I definitely had a great time busting open this package. Oh my god, there's the freaking Maximum Spider-Man head. Get out of here. Let's go back to this. This is what Spider-Man should look like. So, as always, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. And for the best in comics history and action figures, subscribe to Carbon Scoring.